BingX, a trusted global crypto exchange. Trade spot, futures, or copy top traders easily. Sign up via the link or referral code to get 30 USDT instantly, plus up to 1,500 USDT in bonuses for verification, deposit, and trading.
Radiohead frontman Thom Yorke has declared he would absolutely not perform in Israel today. A stark contrast to the band's decision to play in Tel Aviv 8 years ago. A move that defied pro-Palestinian activists at the time. Yorke's strong stance, articulated in a recent interview with the Sunday Times magazine, explicitly states an unwillingness to be anywhere near the Netanyahu regime, a direct reference to the government led by Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. This declaration comes as Radiohead prepares for their first tour in 7 years. A series of 20 shows across 5 European cities, scheduled to commence next month. The interview with the British band, renowned for critically acclaimed albums like OK Computer and Kid A, was conducted prior to the recent ceasefire agreement between Israel and Hamas, a development that has reshaped the geopolitical landscape. However, the specter of controversy surrounding the band's engagement with Israel has already begun to cast a shadow over their upcoming tour. Even before the official confirmation of their European dates, the Palestinian Campaign for the Academic and Cultural Boycott of Israel, PACBI, issued a statement urging a boycott of the tour. This call for boycott stems from a performance by band member Jonny Greenwood in Tel Aviv in 2024, reigniting a debate that has followed Radiohead for years. The band's 2016 to 2018, A Moon-Shaped Pool, world tour was notably marred by backlash after their performance in Tel Aviv, despite persistent boycott calls and public criticism from prominent cultural figures, including British director Ken Loach. In response to Loach at the time, Yorke took to X, formerly Twitter, to clarify the band's position. He argued that playing in a country isn't the same as endorsing the government, highlighting Radiohead's history of performing in Israel for over 2 decades through various administrations. He drew a parallel to their performances in America, stating they didn't endorse then-President Trump any more than they endorsed the Israeli government. Yorke's past criticisms of the pro-Palestine boycott, divestment, and sanctions (BDS) movement were also considerable, describing it as patronizing in the extreme and offensive. In the new interview, Yorke hinted at a degree of regret concerning the 2017 decision to perform in Tel Aviv. He expressed being horrified when an Israeli individual, described as clearly connected high-up, visited their hotel to express gratitude for the performance. The complex issue of the band's stance on Israel has persistently shadowed its members for years, often leading to public scrutiny and personal challenges. This ongoing debate reached a personal level for Yorke during a solo performance in Australia last year. He briefly exited the stage after a pro-Palestinian heckler shouted at him, questioning how many dead children it would take for him to condemn the genocide in Gaza. The incident left him in shock that my supposed silence was somehow being taken as complicity, as he later stated in a released statement. In that same statement, he vehemently condemned Netanyahu and his administration as extremists who need to be stopped, further solidifying his increasingly critical stance. Adding another layer to the complexity, Radiohead guitarist Jonny Greenwood, married to an Israeli artist, has faced enduring criticism from boycott advocates due to his long-standing musical collaboration with Israeli rock musician Dudu Tassa. Despite this pressure, Greenwood has remained engaged, even joining protests in Israel in 2024 that called for Netanyahu's removal. In his own comments to the Sunday Times magazine, Greenwood revealed that he spends a significant amount of time in Israel with his family and expressed that he is not ashamed of working with Arab and Jewish musicians. This nuanced perspective from Greenwood underscores the multifaceted nature of the issue, demonstrating that individual relationships and artistic collaborations can exist independently of political pressures. Even as the band's public pronouncements continue to draw significant attention, the persistent questions surrounding Radiohead's engagement with Israel highlight the potent intersection of art, activism, and international politics, ensuring this conversation will likely continue to evolve.